he almost a special case because he's played in 2 Champions League finals, he's won so much with you? Is he somebody that you still want to have around, even though he hasn't played as much as anybody wants him to?
I think what happened in the last 2 seasons will be define the decision at the end of the season.
Is he close to coming back at all, or?
Right now, I don't know. I would like to know the answer, but I don't know. He didn't train with us, so that's why when train, make training sessions. It's not like I'm ready, now I play. There are few players like 1 or 2 training sessions can play, and the other ones need a little bit longer. And John is one of the cases.
Hi, Pep. With the injuries, are you having to look at alternatives of playing players out of position? And, you know, are you confident in the academy lads that are coming through? How are you looking at it? Are you more likely to go with the experienced players in different positions or not?
I know, but Ruben, in the end of in 5-6 weeks we come back. Just unfortunately for the bone will be a little bit longer. It's what it is, but we have to find the solution. So Max is coming back and have alternative. We thought about that, and we'll see game by game, and we'll see the market what's happened for this exceptional situation that happened last season. But yeah, we'll have loan players as well, so we'll see.
Do you like the challenge of when you're missing players of trying to correct it?
I prefer to have that challenge, to be honest, but it's what it is. So to fight for the content titles will be there. You need, you know, it's a demanding schedules for every season, and unfortunately happened. Last season happened in November. This season happened in January a little bit, but we have enough. We don't have much. We have first team 30, 40 players, but yeah, some of them coming back and go for it.
Hi, Pep. I know it's obviously a difficult situation at the moment with the injuries and maybe the last couple of results, but globally, overall, if you think back to maybe when you were in the summer about how the season would go, how do you think it's going in terms of the spirit among the squad, the playing style, the energy? How is it?
Top. I don't have any 0 complaint about my players. Completely the opposite. That's why what I said comparing the last season is completely different.
No, that's what I mean. Is it better maybe than you thought it would have been?
Well, I know. You know, when you play in Sunderland, you come back at 2:30. So demanding game. We know it. That we make an extraordinary second half. We made for 4 or 5, really honestly, chances in front of the 6-yard box in the area penalty spot. So, and we could not score. Come back at 2:30 here. In less than 3 days, come back against Chelsea, and we thought, okay, in the last 20 minutes, I know the fatigue, the few players that could not sustain the rhythm of the game like we could not do it because he's injured. Just go 1 substitution after John Ruben is another substitution. We cannot make it 2 or 3 that we need to make it to refresh and control a little bit better the ball. Yeah, sometimes happen. So, but that is not in the chances. We didn't have the chances, but a lot 3 against 2, 4 against 3, 2 against 1. To a better pass will be 1 against 1 against the keeper. We could not finalize. Maybe for the fatigue, but sometimes the creative players need to be fresh in the legs, fresh in the mind to take the right decisions. And we could not do it, but that is part of the game. So, no certainty. But at the end of that, they did absolutely everything. That's why. So I know how good we have been in these last 2 games. I know it, and just to continue, knowing that, of course, to sustain for every 3 days, a lot of games with a few players will be tough. But if the spirit is in the right spot, like we didn't have last season, we can have this season, we will be there.
I know you talked about that earlier in the season. You know, the spirit was more important than working on the tactics. At what point did you feel like, okay, the spirit is actually, it's good, it's back?
It has been since the day one. And we improve through this path, these journeys. But everything is important, not just that. The tactic is important, the spirit and everything is important. So when you play bad, really bad, you say, the tactics we have to improve. When you play incredible well, but we don't have a body language, the spirit have to. It's everything. Football is a package. It's not just one specific thing you have to fix. One day you don't know why, create few score a lot of goals, another one you don't score. But it's happened. It's a package. It's happened how we behave, how Bernardo's feels and Ryan's and Erling's and everyone, how he fight and run and try it again and again and again. That made me so happy that last season we miss it and this season we have it. That is not enough. We'll see. We'll see what happens until the end.
And just a quick one on the defensive situation at the moment. Is there any chance of getting a Kanji back?
No.
No, not possible.
No.
Hi, Pep. You said that last season at different points was a bit of a new experience for you because you had so few players at different points. I know this situation is not quite as bad as it was last year, but do you feel, having gone through what you did last year, a bit more equipped to deal with these next 4 or 6 weeks because you have that experience to kind of fall back on from last year?
No, we came back in the bad moments, 2 months that we have a really bad results if we lose what we have. Yeah, we lose what we have, we come back like season. This is the only thing you have to be careful. It doesn't matter. Sometimes I've seen in moments that I win Premier Leagues and titles in other countries and here with few players. But the spirit always was there. And this is we can never lose. And with having that, we not lose, I don't know. So if it's just a better simple passes in the final third in the last game, we have win. And at the end, for a little deflection for our central defender, we concede a goal. So the margins is sometimes it happen. So, but I don't take for granted how difficult it's come back from Danderland, arrive the game, how tough was, arriving that time. They have 2 days left, less than the opponents, and go there, and our schedule have been, so the situation that you cannot, of course I would like maybe to put more games, Kusa, not Ruben maybe, in that position out of games, but it's not Roddy there. I want to be character players in the pitch. Ruben is an incredible leader, having Nico there and there are situations. The moment that we have a new players, Ruben gives us stability. I know that. So always have been. So a guy like rotate, not 10 players like was Leverkusen, prove me that is too much for the stability and everything, but always the 2 or 3 or 4 players you can do it. But sometimes, when you have some specific players, you can rotate more. When you don't have it, you can rotate less. So it depends game by game. But it's what it is. So during the season, it happened many times. And I'm pretty sure for the future, the lesson will be made.
Last two are Jack and Simon.
Hi, Pep. Just on the defence, is there any consideration for bringing Vita Rice back from Girona?
I don't think so. He's playing really good there, and they need them there.
So obviously you've got Kusanov and Ake, and you've brought Elaine back. With Nathan Ake, obviously you've got quite a few games coming up over the next 2 or 3 weeks, back to back, and history says that Nathan's not able to sort of play 3 games in a week. How are you going to sort of navigate your way through that and manage that?
We'll be creative. We'll see a transfer, we'll see creative. We'll find some solutions.
And is there a player in the squad at the moment that isn't a centre half that you look at and say maybe he's someone that can fill that gap?
Well, we have the academy. We have Max. We have Stefan. And we have Nico Gonzalez can adapt in that position. Yeah, we have some alternative for this 2 months. That is a lot of games, Champions League important games, and the Premier League, of course, obviously, start the Cup and the other competition, the situation that it's happened. So, yeah, it's what it is. During the season, it's happened. You know that? And you have to deal with that.
Hi, Pep. Just on top of the injuries that you've got, a lot of the players that you do have available have played a lot of minutes over the last few months. Can they realistically be expected to get through the next month, 2 months, playing every game as well?
We have to. With the spirit of that, we have to. I don't have any doubt. You have a good heart, and I don't have any doubts of that. And I saw when they are exhausted, like his first 10-15 minutes against Chelsea. Because sometimes, you make an incredible attitude and incredible shape in the high pressing. They cross one halfway in the halftime Chelsea because we missed one ball Josko in the build-up in the final third and make a transition. In the second half, they break a line 1 or 2 high pressing. It looks like they were extending. So, come on, if Chelsea cannot break the lines 1 or 2 times with the players they have, they're well incredible, well educated with Enzo and arrive 2 or 3 times in our box with a play in, you know, less than 48 hours in a tough game, arriving in that condition, that is normal happen that you cannot do it. So every time you have incredible good things, you have, you know, a lot of good bench, fresh people to make the last 30 minutes and rotate the players. And now for a long time we cannot do that. We don't expect, you know, to John to be injured for a long time again, and the injuries happen, but that you have to fit. But last season it happened again, but we were, and this is what we have to change, and not change, stay like we stay. And you are tired, is in your mind. And you are there, you can do it, and we will work on it with the players that we have, and you have academy as well. So that's why academy is here. And sometimes I regret in the past don't give them more minutes to them. So let's go. The young players never disappoint you. Young players always they are there. They're incredible focus. They don't ask permission for anything. They don't have some bills that you have to pay, because they are clean in their minds and they want to be there. So never disappointed when they are a little bit talented. And supported for the little bit higher key players, they will respond. I don't have any doubts about it. And Max, for example, will respond. We saw how grew up in Watford and ready to help us that time.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you.